After Prince Harry quit the royal family nearly 5 years ago, his relationship with his brother has been ripped apart. Very public claims of racism, rows over bridesmaids' dresses, a fight with a dog bowl.
But now, a glimmer of hope, perhaps, after the Prince of Wales publicly named Harry for the first time in what's believed to be 6 years in a new ITV documentary. Let's take a look.
A glimmer.
My mother took me to the passage. She took Harry and I both there. I must have been about 11, I think, probably at the time, maybe 10. I'd never been to anything like that before, and I was a bit anxious as to what to expect. My mother went about her usual part of making everyone feel relaxed and having a laugh and joking with everyone.
So is this the royal olive branch we've all been waiting for? Is it simply a trip down memory lane? Well, showbiz and royal reporter Sarah Teta believes it is a step towards reconciliation.
Right.
Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliam says we mustn't get too carried away by the gesture. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us,
This
Sarah.
debate is so tenuous. It's so tenuous. Really? I mean, is there anything in this?
Come on,
what do you think?
Well,
of course, it could be
for 6
very,
years.
very tenuous. Remember when Harry's 40th birthday was marked, and of course they were saying normally they don't mark the birthdays of non-working royals. This was a milestone, so that was all it was. So you're right, it's terribly tenuous. On the other hand, we can hope, but on the other hand, before we hope, we must actually see.
Yes.
We must see something from the Sussexes
I
that shows that there's reciprocation.
On the contrary, this is a huge gesture for Prince William.
Is it? Are you sure?
Think so. I think
Are you sure?
I think so. I think it's Prince William offering an olive branch to his brother.
How big an olive branch is this?
I think it's a very poignant gesture, because William doesn't do things by heart. It's a deliberate gesture. It's very subtle.
Was it deliberate? Did he even know he'd said it?
Oh, of course. He shares beautiful childhood memories with his brother, Harry. People can't forget they've got the strongest bond.
Yeah.
Of course, all families argue, but Prince William has mentioned his brother, and he shows that family must come first.
When you say
he's ready to offer an olive branch to his brother,
when you say
it's the start of a reconciliation.
No, but when you say all families argue, don't forget, most dreadfully spare the memoir which trashed William, talked about allegations
and
of him
it has been
assaulting,
6 years of pain,
William.
6 years of heart.
And
but
also,
Prince William
you were looking at the Netflix documentary and also Oprah. Basically,
I know,
he was
but that's in the past now,
he was trashing the royal
Prince
family.
William has shown why the nation loves him so much.
He was
the nation loves
monetizing his
Prince
royal
William because
connection.
he's forgiving. He's a great role model. Look, he's a big brother. He's saying, you know, my younger brother, you've made a mistake. Let's let bygones be good bygones now.
How many mistakes exactly on television? He can't keep off the media.
Also, you have to
What's his next move? What should William do next to really show us this is not totally made up and
as
tenuous,
Richard says, is it
real?
down to the Duke of Sussex
it's
now?
The Sussexes who should do
I think what William should do next, we've got a big birthday coming up, Prince Charles's big birthday coming up. It's time to reconcile. It's time to do this for King Charles.
Unilaterally. How exactly does this happen? How precisely would they reconcile?
Bake a cake.
They could bake a cake, indeed. They will reconcile because it's time.
Well, no, but I mean,
time has passed. They are the dynamic duo. People remember them from when they were children, standing behind their mother's coffin, walking together. When they got married, they were each other's best men. They're there for each other, you know, and that bond is not going to
disappear. But look what happened unfortunately, in the last 4 years.
And we know the trouble is
families, they will make up.
No, but I mean, no.
If the Oasis brothers can make up...
Wait a second. Richard, can I just ask you then, do you think that it has to be addressed, those things that have happened over the last few years, or can they just then sort of move on without actually dealing with the things that have happened?
It's time to move on, Richard, come on.
Don't rake over some of the past, but make sure that the future is positive. So far as the attacks on the royal family were concerned, they knew perfectly well that the royals couldn't hit back. And they also knew that the Queen... They were doing this under the cover of the Queen because
it's about William and Harry getting back together. That's what we all want to see. That would be the best present for the nation.
The Queen was saying some recollections may vary, and that summed up Oprah perfectly. A lot of it was rubbish, and these were allegations, serious allegations.
When Sarah makes the point there that this is what everybody wants to see, though, is it what everybody wants to see? From the point of view that, you know, people do also feel hurt by what's gone on as well, though.
People do.
Families to come back together.
People are very... Even Harry has admitted that there's been a lot of fallout from
However,
his book.
do our viewers think this is the moment, or do they think this is entirely tenuous?
Well, should we find out?
I think we have a poll which is going to tell us that.
We do. We asked you if this is the first step to a royal reconciliation. The results are in. Only 16% said
And
yes.
84% say it's entirely tenuous.
Sadly, it's tenuous because of the way they behaved in
It's
the
gonna
last
happen.
4 years, and
Watch
that's
this
the
space.
I know
Well,
we've got more
we'll
to
get
talk
back
about,
together.
but we need
And the nation
to
will
bring
rejoice.
it
You
to
can
an
catch
end
up.
there. Thank
We
you
have a
both.
two-part documentary on Thursday night. Prince William, We Can End Homelessness, Wednesday and Thursday, 9 p.m, ITV1, ITVX, STV, STV Player. This may be tenuous. The documentary is not. It's about a very important subject. Prince William is going to tell us all. Watch the programme.